What's good, y'all? I just got done meditating for 30 minutes. I can't really describe what I've been going through recently. My attempts at trying to the people in my life that listen, it always comes out so messy and jumbled, and I just feel like there's not enough time for me to explain everything. And then I always feel like I'm explaining myself, and then I'm like, why am I explaining myself? So I don't want this to feel like I'm explaining myself, but the more I learn about myself, the more I realize that talking is a way for me to process all the shit that's going on up here. It's what led me to making music in the first place. But sometimes music is not the medium that I need in the moment. And sometimes talking like this isn't the medium I need. And sometimes making a song is what I need. It all depends. But I'm just trying to get this shit out of my head because it helps me figure it out. It helps me understand it better and like see it for what it is, because it's so abstract when it's up here, but when I get it out I can like see it more clearly. I had a meltdown in my last video. And I feel like that like often. That was just the first time that I was brave enough to be vulnerable and post about it. I really don't care what people think. I don't give a fuck. All I've done is care about what people think. Take my advice. Don't do that. I don't have anyone to talk to. At least the effort that I've made so far with the people that I've attempted to talk to, it doesn't feel relieving. I rarely feel validated when I'm talking to people. And so I've just been avoiding people in general. Because they ask so many fucking questions, they want to know so much, but then they don't do anything to actually like help. They just want to know. Like, people are just fucking curious. And what's more amusing is that people are curious because people want a reason to use the things that I say to spread their narrative. Like, For example, I know for a fact that there's people that don't like me that watch these videos. Why? Because they need a narrative. And this kind of stuff helps them. I'm sure that last video, I'm sure they're like, see, Shle's fucking crazy. And I don't give a fuck. You can think I'm crazy. I literally don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. God, I used to give so many fucks. I used to be so afraid to lose people. So I would tolerate and tolerate and tolerate so much bullshit and disrespect. I would tolerate so much shit that, like, I look back on and I'm just like, why did I put up with that? Because I didn't want to lose people. But the best thing about this crisis that I'm going through is that now that I've lost fucking everything, I'm not afraid to lose anybody. So now I'm not afraid to tell the truth. And it's not that I wasn't being truthful before, but I was holding back. Family, friends, doesn't matter. I always bit my tongue. I always tried to keep the peace. Don't be the one that stirs the pot. Because boy, oh boy, do people love labeling me as that. The troublemaker. But am I a troublemaker or am I just a fucking truth teller? All I was ever doing was telling the truth. And people would try to silence me. And that's the fucked up thing. It wasn't very direct. It was always in a very manipulative way. So it would go over my head, especially when I was younger and I didn't know any better. Especially shit with your family. Because you're taught to have honesty as a value, as a virtue. Be honest, tell the truth. But then when you do that and it offends people, they're like, oh, but not like that. You don't get to have both. And I realized that that's what led me into making music, was because I didn't feel like I had any place to talk. I didn't have any place to feel heard. So I started writing my thoughts down. I started writing that shit and it started turning into lyrics, started turning into verses. That was the only place that I felt heard, was on a song. And even then, when I started poking at some truth in my life, it would offend people. And those people would be like, hey, so this thing that you said in your song, I didn't really like it. It's like, but did that happen? Is it true? Because if you don't like that I'm just telling the truth, maybe you should just be a better person. And then I wouldn't have to tell the bad things that you're doing. What? Tell the truth, but not about my truths. I've lost everything. So now I'm free to do anything. And at first, I just thought I was being punished by the universe, by God, by whatever you guys believe in. I used to consider myself an atheist. I used to consider myself that doesn't believe in stuff. But like, how do you justify your own existence? Yes, biology is real. You can like do the math, but there's a lot of math to like the things that we call spirituality. There's a lot of truth behind that stuff. But we've used it as manipulation and turned it into religion so that we could control people. I'll tell you what, losing everything makes you start to believe in something. I'm not saying I believe in Jesus, but I believe in the universe. The universe has been cooking since before I was born, so what the fuck do I know? What the fuck do you know? What the fuck do any of us know? The universe has been cooking. I've been Steph Curry with the cooking with the sausage, boy. Man, he just broke his ankle. Not broke his ankle. Fuck. I'm misspeaking. He just fucked up his hamstring. Shout out Steph Curry. Sorry, I have ADHD. Which is even a conversation for another time, because I found out that I have ADHD so late in life. Had I known that I had ADHD, it would have helped me understand so many things that were happening. Anyways. I've been having a hard time stepping into old places in my life with my old friends, my old community. It's hard to explain. I've been very avoidant. I don't text people back. I don't answer my phone calls. Which I don't get much of those to begin with, so I shouldn't even say it like that. People aren't hitting me up. But people aren't hitting me up because they can't benefit from me right now. It's funny, I was the busiest and the most popular and the most needed when I could do the most for people. Oh, Shle, you've learned some shit, haven't you, kid? I've learned accountability and that I have choice in who I allow into my space. And my discernment was not good before, but damn it, God has been ironing that axe. Because I'm learning that I just need to pick different people. I'm like, why does everyone in my life make me feel so crazy? Oh, it's because I just need new people. So then I asked for that and the universe delivered. And at first I thought it was punishment. Like I said, for the very beginning of this very video, I thought I was being punished. But the universe was just making room for the new. And I am just feeling grateful for my crisis, for my meltdown. I'm feeling grateful for this dark night of the soul, whatever the fuck I've just been through. I don't know what I've just been through. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. But I've been spending so much time alone. Intentionally and unintentionally, but like, it's hard for me to integrate. Like, I don't know how to be what people expect of me. Like, when I talk to old friends or people that have been in my life for any significant amount of time, they have an expectation of who I am. And I'm afraid because I'm not that person anymore. So I'm afraid to show up in these old places because people are going to be like, you're not the Shle I knew. And I'm going to be like, I know. Sorry. And I just don't have the capacity or the energy to do that with every fucking person in my life. So I've just been avoiding it. I've just been avoiding it. And I realize that the people that want to be in my life will make that effort. Simple as that. Or wait for me. Whatever the fuck. I'm sorry if I've been avoiding you. I'm going through something. I'm having an ego death. An ego, like, if this was a video game, your ego is your map that you've explored in the game. You know how, like, the map only loads when you get there? And then, like, you see all the uncharted territory? Like, there's always uncharted territory for the human experience, but we always think that where we've been is the only thing that there is. And I get why it's the only thing we're experiencing, but sometimes we get so caught in that, where we're like, well, my experience is the only one, so how dare you have another fucking experience or another perspective? Or not even how dare you, it's just like we don't have the awareness sometimes. Because people are so caught up in, well, from my experience, and it's like, for sure, but two experiences can both be true at the same time. Like, I'm glad you went through that, but my experience of this thing is different. And they can both be true. One doesn't negate the other. Your map isn't the only experience of this world. It's just having the awareness that there's another possibility. And to even dive deeper, like, our ego is like what we identify with as ourselves in this 3D world. It's like our sexual orientation, our marital status, our gender, our where we live, all the things that are in our physical reality. Like, we identify with those things. If I were to ask you, who are you? You'd start listing things. I'm a 33-year-old biracial lesbian from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yada, yada, yada. I went to college at Overno. I played basketball. I'm a rapper. Right? Like, those are things that we would say if I was like, who are you? What's your identity? Those are things you would start labeling. I'm the mother of, the father of, the sister of. I feel like we're more than those things, though. And now that a lot of those things have been stripped from my reality, I had to recalibrate my identity of like who I thought I was. I had a mini crisis when I graduated from college because I stopped playing basketball for the first time in my life. And I graduated when I was whatever age I was in 2015. And I stopped playing basketball, and I was just like kind of having a hard time because I was like, well, who am I if I'm not a basketball player? Who am I if I don't have practice every day? Who am I if I'm not a hooper? And I had to like recalibrate who I was or who I thought I was. And luckily I found music, so I had a new thing to kind of like mask up with. And I was running as fast as I could with the music thing. And when 2020 hit, I had another fucking identity crisis because I couldn't perform anymore. I was like, who am I if I'm not a rapper? Who am I if I'm not performing? Who am I? Who am I? Everything that I thought I was in 2020, when did I have this last crisis? The year is 2025. I mean, it kind of hasn't stopped since 2020. Every year since 2020 has just been a deeper layer of me unmasking myself, of me like learning more about myself. And this is 2024 and 2025 have been the deepest I've ever gone. And fuck, I didn't think I was gonna make it out, you guys. It really ramped up in 2023 and 2024, like these past 2 years. I lost myself, and this has been an exploration of me like figuring out who I am by figuring out what I'm not, you know? Like I'm headed in a direction now and I don't really know where I'm going. Like I think that's like the whole essence of having faith, but I do know that I don't want to go that way. And I'll take that as a win. That I just have some direction. New direction. I just wanted better in every aspect of it. I just wanted a better life. I just wanted to feel better. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know where to start. I was identifying that I wasn't happy and that I was anxious all the time, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, where's the poison? Where the fuck is the poison? So these past couple of years of this self-isolation has just been me like trying to siphon out the fucking poison. Like I'm gonna find it. Like I'm gonna find the fucking poison. I'm gonna get it out. So I had to strip everything. I had to lose everything. Again, some by choice, some not by choice. But it just felt like the ground was just caving in. And this has just felt like a free fall. And at first I was resisting it. I haven't been skydiving yet, but I'm sure at first when you're falling, it's kind of like, what the fuck? But then after a while, you just kind of let go and you just like fall into your body's aerodynamics, you know, and you just kind of like let go. And like I was resisting at first, but lately I've just kind of been letting go and just letting like life happen to me. I've been fighting so hard my whole life. And I just don't feel like I have to fight so fucking hard. I shouldn't have to fight so fucking hard. So like I'm putting the sword down, but I don't know what I'm doing. My intuition is just like, babe, put the fucking sword down, so I am. But it's fucking with my, you know, my physical reality, because everything in my physical reality is telling me to pick it up. Every single thing in my reality is like, Shle, pick up the sword. Shle, pick up the sword. Everything in my mental capacity is like, what are you doing? Pick up the sword. And when I tell people what I'm dealing with, they're like, Shle, you gotta pick up the sword. And that's why I don't talk to anyone, because there's something in here, you guys. There's something in my chest. When I sit by myself in silence, there's something in here that's like, put the sword down. Put the sword down, babe. So I am. And it's scary because I've never put the sword down before. All I've known is fight. Fight, fight, fight. You gotta fight for what you want. You gotta fight for it. You gotta fight for it. And what if this whole time I just needed to let it in? The light can't hit the bottom when I keep shaking it up. You gotta let it settle so that the light can come through. I don't know if any of this is making any sense. Like I said, I feel like I'm going crazy. I might shave my head. It'll grow back. Who give a fuck? I don't, nigga. If any of this landed, great. If none of it did, this video isn't for you. If you're someone that doesn't like me and continues to watch these, you're fucking weird. If you're someone that is supporting me and supporting my journey, I appreciate you. You know who you are. Until my next video, until my next crash out. Peace and love, y'all.